So there's been lots of rumors and talks about what the next Avengers film is going to be. We learned recently that the Kang Dynasty is no longer the working title for Avengers 5, so it makes us think, what are they going to do with this film? The multiverse saga is kind of in its middle stage right now. We've had a lot of setup, but not a lot of payoff, so this movie needs to be big no matter what. I do think Avengers 5 is going to be a Part 1 to Secret Wars in a way, but I don't know if it's going to be titled Secret Wars Part 1 or be something else entirely. Marvel seems to kind of be shaking it up with their storytelling. We have Deadpool and Wolverine coming out this year being the only MCU film, and at the same time we have plenty of shows to go off of with the incredible X-Men 97 releasing right now. And seeing this X-Men 97 show gets me so excited for the live action X-Men that will be brought into the MCU. But how they're going to do that, I'm not sure yet. The post-credit scene of the Marvels showed Monica Rambeau meeting Beast from the X-Men, and while we did get to see another X-Men in the form of Charles Xavier in Multiverse of Madness, this seemed like the real first step to the X-Men. We also know that Kamala Khan is a mutant from the Miss Marvel show, so they are definitely setting up the future to be X-Men related in the MCU. And while the rumors suggest that they may be restructuring the next Avengers film to kind of focus away from Kang, I do still think he's going to play a role in the grander story, but I think the story of the next Avengers film could possibly be something related to the mutants. Yes, of course, I am talking about Avengers versus X-Men. I have a lot to say about this, and I think this could be a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time, and let's just get right into it. First, let's talk about the positives and why I think X-Men versus the Avengers would be a fantastic film. One, it would generate $1 billion because the X-Men were more popular than the Avengers before these movies came out, and with how popular and how successful X-Men 97 is, fans would love to see all of them in live action. I would love to see a film where the X-Men fight the Avengers based on differing values but have to come together in the end to face Kang or whoever the multiversal threat is, thus leading into Secret Wars. So yes, 100% I want this movie to happen, but the question really is when. There are some rumors that the next Avengers film is going to be starting its filming process at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, which is wild because we also have those rumors about Spider-Man 4 potentially filming this year even though they don't have a director yet. I made a whole video on that, you should definitely check it out. So while I would love to see Avengers versus X-Men, and I think a lot of fans really would like to see that as well, I don't think it should be the next thing. Why? Well, we haven't really even set up the X-Men in the main MCU universe. I can see them doing a story where the universe that Monica Rambeau was transported to in the end of the Marvels film is the universe with the X-Men fighting the universe with our Avengers in the mainline MCU. Thanks to Reed Richards in the Multiverse of Madness, we know that incursions occur when two universes collide with one another, destroying one or both universes completely. So having a universe where the X-Men are going up against the Avengers to save their own universe would be very, very cool. Having our heroes lean to their darker side, willing to sacrifice another complete universe to save their own. That's a really cool concept, and I think maybe that's where they're heading with the introduction of Beast from the X-Men universe at the end of the Marvels film. So if they do it that way, I can see it working, but if they do it a different way in terms of just in the MCU mainline Sacred Timeline universe, I think it needs to wait. I think we need to see Deadpool and Wolverine come out, Hugh Jackman needs to pass the torch to someone else, and then we need to start seeing plenty mutants in the MCU. As of right now in the main universe, we know that Namor and Miss Marvel are the two mutants that we are currently only aware of. But who knows, there could be a Logan lurking around, there could be a Charles Xavier, they just haven't made the school yet. We don't really know. We also don't know what really causes these mutations. Some people have suggested that Tiamat from the Eternals could be what causes the mutation in human beings, but we need that explained, and I don't think rushing to an X-Men versus Avengers movie with the mainline MCU heroes with the future mainline MCU X-Men would be something that we should get now. It should be something that we get later on down the line when they're established. However, I do think the Avengers versus X-Men is something that will get fans excited again. I mean, look at the success of X-Men 97. We're only 3 episodes in and fans are loving it, myself included. Down in the comments, I want to know what you guys think in terms of doing this story. Do you want it to be a story where it's the Avengers from the main 616 universe and the X-Men from the 616 universe, or should they do a story in the multiverse saga where the Avengers from our mainline universe go up against a different universe's version of X-Men who don't have Avengers, fighting back and forth to save their universe when only one can survive? I would love to see that, and I think it is going to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there were 2 more Avengers films before Secret Wars. Because Secret Wars is such a big event where all of these different universes and all of these very popular characters come together and battle it out, I think we need to spend more time with them and really get to know them to have any sort of empathy or emotion towards these characters. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are in regards to the X-Men joining the MCU. Should we pull characters from different universes, Avengers, or should we start completely from scratch? Or do you want it to just stay with the Kang storyline, them recasting Kang and going on with the story that they originally had planned? Because honestly, it seems like while Loki season 2 was a huge success, the X-Men is also a huge success. One really focusing on Kang and the other focusing on mutants. So leave a comment, I read every single one, I most likely will respond, and I will see you all very, very soon.